I met the person who's a male, worked with his girl as well. I don't know what part you heard, what part you did not. You feel me? So I don't know what parts you caught, what parts you missed. Are y'all still even there? What is happening here right now? I can't even see anything. See how this sabotage works? Now they messing up the chat. Are we really doing that now? Damn. Alright. We just gotta roll with it. I can't see a chat right now. So what, Tina Turner just passed away? Damn. Boy, I got a lot of words for her when she get there. I ain't gonna be. Let's talk about that movie anime. No. Death do us part. Both gone now, anime. Rest in peace to Tina. I'll do a video on that later. I thought she was older than 83. Because she was like damn near 50 when she was back doing her song. The movie came out. Well, anyway, let's get to this. Now, like I said, associate, not a friend. This person was a friend of mine, an associate, never been in my house, been in his house plenty of times. Now, here's the situation. All of these different analogies come to mind or to play when everybody is sitting here. So anyhow, with his wife, worked with him, and you know, he's loud, boisterous, got an attitude sometimes with certain people, but me and him got along. So he invited me over, we had some beers, chill, and everything else, right? Now, him and his girl, they share a townhouse, and she got a rule, you know, no matter what, not his mama, not his sister, not his aunties, not his cousins, no woman is allowed in his house except for her. That's it. That is her rule. He told me her rule plenty of times. No matter what the reason, she gotta know the woman. The woman gotta come there, or she gotta be there. No woman's gonna be in that house around him. I don't know what he did to put him in that situation, but I've never seen anything like that before. Well, I understand when I don't know why you would have to tell your man that you live with that that's the case. You know, like, hey, this is the case now. You got to remember, there's no women gonna be allowed. So I guess it was for people not to bring any. He must have messed up before in the past. That's what I'm assuming. So now, I guess she was cleaning and she finds this long, stringy ass hair in the carpet or something. And she was like, what bitch been in his house? And he was like, ain't nobody been here. Somebody's been here. This is not my hair. This is what I'm talking about. You bringing hoes in my house. And So she's like, I want it out. He's like, you can't kick me out of my place. I live here too. She don't care. You gotta go. She called 911 over a piece of hair that she found. He said, you could have got that from any one of your trampy ass friends. Who knows? I ain't had nobody in this house. So, right away, he calls me and said, man, can you believe what's going on? She did X, Y, and Z. She said this. It's a piece of hair in here. He was like, you was at my house about 4 or 5 days ago, wasn't you? I was like, I didn't come in. I was at the door. Remember, I helped you with that end table? So I just came to the front of the door and I left. Yeah, but just say the hair probably was on you. And it came up, nah, bro, I ain't getting involved. And nothing like that. I ain't trying to have my phone blowing back and forth. She calling me, you calling me. Hell to the no. You gonna have to get you another out. For whatever's going on, I don't want no parts of it. Thursday. Today Wednesday, ain't it? What is it? He said I just woke up Thursday. I'm like, Thursday? It's Wednesday. Is Wednesday still Wednesday? He said down under town, Australia time. Oh man, it's already Thursday. Australia ahead of the game. So anyway, back to the story. So the police come there and they said, look, just leave the house. Now this is his house as well as hers. They both pay the rent. But he gotta go. Isn't that crazy? They tell him, make her happy, just leave. Walk away for a minute. It might get better. Can you believe that? They just want him to leave. But what the cops really wanted was for him to leave just enough until the shift ends. And when the shift ends, it's somebody else's responsibility. They ain't want to have to write nothing up. They say, hey man, you just go. Just make it her thing, just leave. Come back later, she'll cool down. Never once did they address her to leave. She the one unhappy. But okay. He decides, I'm going to dip out. So while he dipping out, she packing his clothes. He come back, she packing up all his stuff like, you ain't getting back in here. She's like, what? He's like, I live here. You still, no, you finna let this go. Go back, go to that B's house that you brought in my house. I didn't bring nobody in your house. So now he mad because he's not being believed. And I believe him when he said he ain't did nothing. He getting loud. So she got stuff up against the door. She got the bolt lock on. And she backing up his stuff. Come on, you can get your stuff tomorrow. I'm going to leave it out in the front. He's like, you can't put me out of my house. So he called the cops. So now it's later at night. The cops show up. They say, ma'am, he lives here. Open the door. He lives here too. It's part of his house. You got to open the door. At least let him get his things. He's like, get my things. This is my house. I'm not leaving. They was like, well, she don't want you here. And y'all both can't be in here unless y'all going to cause something. So we're going to have to write somebody up. Somebody's going to have to leave here tonight. So he grabbed his stuff and left. It's crazy, ain't it? They both signed a lease. It is bizarre as hell. So now she's lost her mind. Like, she's over a string of hair. She is really going off on him. So they work together. So the next day at work, they have a big blow up at work. The boss called him in the office. She's like, yeah, she thinking I'm cheating. I brought somebody in the house. I haven't brought anybody in the house. But she's believing that. And he's like, this, ticking me off. Because I ain't did nothing. She's throwing me out of my own house. And they start talking about who put how much on the rent. And you was light this month and I came through for you. So all of this is transpiring over a piece of hair found in the goddamn house. No evidence of anything else. They was like, well, you don't got nothing to go off of. A hair could come from anywhere, man. She's like, I'm not stupid. No, she's like, I'm not stupid. So, Dave was like, well, the landlord. He said, well, I'm going to call the landlord. And you going to have to move. One of us going to have to move. And at work, one of y'all going to have to split. Now, they're not married. They live together. So the landlord told them, y'all are roommates. Y'all have a lease. I don't care who lives there. I don't care what the situation is. Both of y'all are responsible for y'all halves. So y'all have to work that out on y'all own. But he's like, legally, she can't put me out. And she said, I can tell you this much. If you paying your half, you legally entitled to be there. She's resisting you from being there. I'll write a letter saying you have every right to be in that house. So she would have to go to court or some other reason. So she went and got a restraining order. Once she saw the landlady said, hey, you got to let him back in the house. She went and got a restraining order put against her own boyfriend she's been living with all these years in the house. A restraining order. And because he got mad that there was a restraining order on him, And now he's like, I ain't even did nothing, and this woman's putting a restraining order on me. And all this stuff over a piece of hair. How y'all letting this go on? Because he loud. Angry black man. Black man ain't allowed to be angry and upset about things. So they went like, oh, I see what she's going through. Look at this. He's angry and upset about something. So angry black man has to suffer. So now angry black man now has a restraining order on him. It's a temporary, but still, he can't go in the house over a piece of hair. Now remember, she said there's no women been in there, nothing. I know, it's crazy. Get this. He goes in there looking for hair. He's like, I want the right to go through that house and look for any other hairs in there. And if there's any other hairs in the house, I want them to take them fibers, find out where it come from. He's like, I bet you they've been there for months or whatever. She's doing all this over a piece of hair, saying she know I did this. He was so mad. He was in the courtroom and he was telling me about it. He had went to court to the hearing, whatever. He had tossed her the cell phone. Like, go through my phone. Ain't nobody in there you don't know. Ain't nobody I've talked to. I ain't erased nothing. No messages, no nothing. She ain't want nothing to do with him. So now, he's got a lawyer on the case, right? Lawyer finds out what happens. Guess what the lawyer did? Lawyer started looking into her activities, finding out she was going to the bar, right? When she get off work, she would go to the bar. She would go to this bar for lunch. She wasn't hanging out with her friends no more. She would go to a bar. Then she would go back to work where they worked together. Then after that, she wouldn't go straight home. She would stop at that bar, whether it was for 5 or 10 minutes. There's a guy working at that bar who she likes, who is not even interested in her. Like, he flirts with her to get her to tip him. She's spending her money on a guy at a bar she's not even dating. That guy's got a girlfriend, all kind of stuff. She's crushing over a bartender, like a guy who's a server or whatever at a bar. So she goes in there, flirts with him, and he's giving her some attention. She's sliding money to him. So this whole piece of hair thing that she flipping out about over a piece of hair is just an excuse she trying to come up with to get him to leave. So she thinking, I get him out the way, then I'm single. So now, like, I'm available. But she want it all. She want to keep the townhouse that they both renting to pay the rent on. They both living there. She want to keep that and just kick him out when the lease is up, saying he's out. I like this area. I like the neighbors. I like everybody. I'm just replacing him. Sounds like a bad episode of Cheaters. Except for, here's the thing. Nobody's cheated. My buddy ain't cheated on her. Well, the guy I know of acquaintance. He ain't cheated on her. What is that? He ain't cheated on her. She haven't cheated on him yet. She wants to. But nothing has happened. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing has happened. Yeah, because nothing has happened. Yeah, I know. Because nothing has happened, really, they in a mess. They're in a bind right now. And I feel bad for my boy because he's spending money on lawyers and investigative, the people looking into the situation. And he's trying to find a way to make her financially responsible and hitting her in the pockets. And she's trying to prove he's cheating with somebody from the job, which ain't the case. But it's what she want to prove. So that's where they at now. But she want it all. She want the car. They got a car that they share. She want that car, that minivan thing. She want that. They both got their own cars, but they had a minivan. She want that one. And she wants him to pay her the money for the other car, because she put down some of the down payment on that car, even though it was a gift she got for him. Now she wants some money back for the gift. So he was like, bet. I'm gonna need that chain back that I got you, that necklace. I want those rings I got you, those earring sets. I want all my gifts back then. If we gonna do that. So they in a mess, and they not even married. So you see how the system already got him victimized. He's already got a restraining order on him. He's already got all these things on him for no reason. Over a piece of hair that she found in the carpet, allegedly. Because now he's believing, he's like, I don't think she found that hair in the carpet. He's like, as much as she clean, he's like, my girl, cause she's got like OCD. Like, she gotta clean as soon as she come home. She clean everything anyway. Like, so she snaps over any little thing out of order. So he's like, it wouldn't have been no string of hair really in the carpet. But if it was one, oh well. But she know, I ain't bringing nobody. If I'm ever gonna cheat, I ain't bringing them in that house. Which makes sense. You wouldn't do that. Why would you want to bring somebody in that house who got OCD? You would never bring no chick in your house if that chick got OCD. That wouldn't make no sense. If she got OCD, why in the world would you waste your time dealing with that situation? Well, scenarios change. People's agendas change. Their attitudes change. The way they view the world change. So, like they say, the world is not enough. The world is not enough. They want more. OCD, one cool dude. That's just something they try to give to say somebody is what they used to call them special back in the day. You know, he kind of special, meaning that they have some tick in their brain that just cannot sit with things being out of order. Something as innocuous as a glass being a little bit out of position freaks them out. They got to put that glass back in position. Sometimes you could drive yourself to that point. Me, I was never that person to be that person. To a degree, I was getting there. And I said, oh, I got to stop. But I don't know what drove her, because I really don't. I've never really been in, they never been in my house. He's been like I've been to a lot of their houses, but never, ever. All right, never, ever have they been to mine. They're associates. I had worked with them before in the past, but I wouldn't say friends, because I didn't let them stay at my house when none of this is going on. I would say she's crazy. What she look like? She's okay. I mean, she's not an ugly lady at all. She's just, I would say she's about 6, 7. You know, she's older. You know, you could tell she was younger. She probably was really, you know, put together more. But she's older now. She's like, she's like 42. She's 42, no kids. You know, I don't even know if he got kids, but they don't have kids together, so I know that. But she got a bunch of rules that she like. No women can come in the house, not his mother, not his sister, not her aunties. Females cannot come in their house. So if he knows that, he knows if I'm a cheat, it's gonna be at a hotel, anywhere, if he gonna decide to do anything. But the way he was adamantly defending himself, he's like, wait a minute now. Now I'm getting blamed for something I didn't do. You know, you got people that's innocuously crazy, like my neighbor here. My neighbor over here, he don't waste time. He cuts this grass like this every 2 days. He does not waste time. This dude is a grass cutting freak. The dude will cut the grass over and over again to no avail. This man is meticulous about cutting grass. He just cut it the other day. I swear that grass won't get a chance to grow another centimeter. He's finna cut it again. That thing getting a buzz cut like every 3-4 days. That dude is out there cutting grass. Yeah, but he looked like he's former military, so I just leave him alone and say the grass is his battlefield, and I'm gonna let him have it. What a man wants to do with his grass is what a man wants to do with his grass. It's his business. Well, I would say that too. If you keep calling the police, calling oh Jesus Christ, they got Snoke out here from Star Wars. Look, Snoke is here. Snoke. You got all kind of crazy stuff going on out here. Yeah, well, she wants it all. She wants the house, the car, everything. And that just shows you how crazy the court system is. Just like that. You got your name on a lease just like her. And everything's in her favor. The cops show up and just say you gotta leave even though you paying rent and legally don't have to leave. But Illinois law says if one person who legally lives there says you gotta go, or they want someone else to stay in the house, it can happen as long as one person says it's okay that legally stays there. In other states, that does not exist. If one person that legally lives there who pays the bill says you gotta go, no matter what that other person says, that supersedes that and they have to leave. Personally, I don't know why you would want to stick around in a situation like that. My buddy came home from work and caught his wife on the couch with another guy. You know, this was a common thing with her. When he goes to work, she goes out and go to the bar and gets drunk. And by the time he comes home, his wife smelling like sex, and he accuses her of having sex with this guy that she's there with, and she didn't bring it home from the bar. They get into an argument, and the guy's like, hey, I don't want to have nothing to do with this. So, right after that, saying, I don't want to have nothing to do with this, blah, blah, blah. He's having a big fit. She calls the cops, and he says, hey, this guy's in my house. I want him out. You got to go. And she's like, no, you stay here. You ain't got to go nowhere. And the cops is like, is this your wife? He's like, yes, my wife. This your place? Yeah, well, she wants him to stay here. By law, we can't kick him out. I mean, by law, he got to go. But they were living in Illinois at the time. So when that happened, that's when he moved to Wisconsin. Because in Wisconsin, the law is saying one person says they got to go, they got to go. So he said, that's it, selling the house. And he sold the house. I'm going to Wisconsin. I'm not going to be in Illinois where they dictate who can be in my house and who can't. If I say they need to go, they need to go. So that's how he stopped that. He said, I'm selling the house and we're moving. Well, I'm moving. Now, you can come with me to Wisconsin, or you can stay in Illinois and leave me. So the wife left him and got up out of there. He's been in Wisconsin ever since. And he's like right on the borderline. It's not like, because he's still working in Illinois. So he's just right on the borderline of Wisconsin and Illinois. Yeah, but Illinois got that crazy law. Yeah, it's a really bizarre law. That is one person in the household say, and they legally pay bills there, like their name is on the lease. If they say, I want that person to stay, by law, they can stay. It's bizarre and crazy. And wild shit. Now, if you go to the Patreon for my VIP members, you get to hear an incredible, crazy conversation that's taking place. In that conversation, you're going to hear something quite interesting. You're watching a meltdown, and someone's trying to, like, basically have me in the middle of it. This is understanding your partnership. When you partner with people doing YouTube, two partners are splitting up. because one partner saying you stole my channel, and he was the face of the channel, and now everything's blowing up, and now I'm in the middle because I was supposed to do an interview with this dude on Friday, and I'm like, whoa, I get a call saying dude stole my you know what, you know, and I'm like, oh Jesus Christ. So you want to hear the whole blow up, what's going on? It's on my Patreon right now. So I'm gonna get out of here. I'm almost back to the crib. Did my little circle walk. Time's getting quicker and quicker. Legs getting back stronger. Uh-oh.